Welcome, Riddell Sports Network. I am Dan, and I'm going to do a quick little recap of Sunday Night Football. You can probably tell I'm an Eagles fan. Gone over this many a time. Eagles hat, hoodie, the whole nine. For the most part, it was a defensive struggle, putting it lightly. 16-9. Dan Campbell just could not help himself going forward on fourth down. I believe he was over 4. Maybe they got one in there at one point, but fourth down conversions were a struggle for both teams, really. The Nick Sirianni is an idiot bull continues because last week he tried to blow the game against Green Bay with that deep shot to A.J. Brown on fourth down, only up 3. And here he went for it on his own 29 with just a few minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Lions are down 10. They've only scored 6 points the entire game. 1 touchdown and a missed extra point. By the way, because of a totally bogus penalty that they threw against the Lions. All the dude Williams did, he scores a touchdown and he runs and does that split jump against the goalpost. And they called a 15-yard penalty on him. That plus the high winds, it ended up being a 40-plus yard extra point. The high winds in Philadelphia on the open end of that stadium carried the ball, and that's how they ended up with 6. But Sirianni goes for it. The Eagles defense had shut him out the entire game. It was wild to watch because the Lions are, the stat Sunday Night Football showed, is they're the top scoring team over the last 3 years. 30 points per game. And the only reason they got that 3 in the second half was because Sirianni's a moron. There's nothing the Lions had already stopped him 3 or 4 times with the little tush push thing. And it was, he went for it again in his own end zone. Why not punt it? Think about this for a second, Nicholas. Why not punt it away? And the defense had been dominating all day, but you want to give them a chance? Why? Why are you an idiot? Why is this the world we live in now? It's fourth down. Let's go for it. Doesn't matter what the damn situation is. Goff had a rough night. He was 14 of 37. And the stat was, I didn't tally it up myself, but the stat Sunday Night Football relayed was he was 2 of his final 18. 2 of 18 completions. Just crazy. I'm surprised to see that Gibbs only had 39 yards. He must have had a bunch of receiving yards. Okay. Because he was moving quite a bit. That dude is fast as hell. St. Brown was held in check. For the most part, it was just Gibbs and Williams on that big play, that 40-yarder that ended up for a touchdown. He basically went untouched. And the Eagles end up winning 16-9. Maybe I said that already, but I want to go to a couple of plays that are bothering me from this game. Okay, so here's Tyler Steen, and he's known, the guards are known for jumping off sides on this horrible play, this tush push. Eagles fan, it's helped them, get to a Super Bowl. They didn't need it in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs because it was just an ass whooping. But it definitely helped him get there. But I think it's boring, but can you ban it? No, that's stupid. It's so stupid. Figure out how to defend it like the Lions did. The Lions did pretty damn well. And figure out how to officiate it. So Tyler Steen, and let me make sure we can see that up here. I'll move that over here. And Tyler Steen goes, watch this guy. I don't know who this is for Lions, 91. He's lined up in the neutral zone. His hand is over the ball. And Tyler Steen starts tapping on his hand, which if you guys ever have seen a smart offensive lineman, if you jump off sides defensively and they still haven't snapped the ball, you can recover, retract back to your side of the line, and it won't be a penalty. But if you jump off sides and the offensive lineman touches you, technically that's a false start because he flinched, but it's due to the movement of the defensive lineman. So this should have been Tyler Steen does something smart here. He literally starts tapping on the guy's hand. But since there's all this controversy, there's always constant false starts that the refs don't call. So it's under a microscope. So they got it wrong again. There's a lot of times where the tush push should have been a false start, but not here. Here it should have been an encroachment or a neutral zone infraction. Here's another one that really bothers me. So this is a nice play by Jalen Hurts. He gets flushed out in his own end zone. And he launches it. Very good throw. Over the defender underneath the safety. Dotson hauls it in. And Branch comes over and puts a nice lick on Dotson. The ref throws the flag. It's crazy how soft it is now. The ref called helmet to helmet. It was a very slight Detroit's helmet to Dotson's face mask, but he led with his shoulder. He didn't come early. He didn't try and hurt the guy. He just tried to put some, oomph, for lack of a better term, into the Eagles receiver. This is kind of what drives me insane. That is not a penalty. Your helmets are so big, especially now. Where are you supposed to put your head? Take it off, tuck it in your ass, and then hit him? What? This is so stupid. And again, I'm an Eagles fan. I should be rooting for the extra 15 yards. But I'm yelling at the screen, that is not a damn penalty. It's so stupid. If it was mostly helmet or he led with the helmet, fine. But he led with the shoulder and the helmets kind of clashed a little bit. It wasn't egregious or anything. Obviously, with how fast Branch runs and how fast Dotson was running, if it was helmet to helmet, Dotson's not getting right back up because he's going to be unconscious. And Branch was slow to get up. Looks like a knee or a hamstring or something, but maybe a calf. I can't really tell. But nonetheless, horrible, horrible call. And I don't actually, let me take that back. I don't think it was a bad call. Horrible rules by the NFL. It's awful. And then the last one here. So this one kind of ruined the game. It's all anyone's going to be talking about, even though the Eagles defense should be the story. But here I am talking about it. Okay. So this is third down. It's 3rd and 8, I believe. Yes, there was a false start that brought it back to 3rd and 8. Check this play here. So Brown's on the out. There's some hand fighting. Normal. Now here they're locked up and Hurts is throwing the ball. Brown pushes off. The throw is so bad that... Okay, here. I'll let it run. The throw is so bad that Brown had to do an odd, one hop off of his left foot. And it made it look like Yasin was dragging his arm, but it was just because Brown was expecting the ball closer to him. And the ball sails, 3-4 yards over his head. So it made the play look like a pass interference. But I don't think it was. I don't think... Chris Collinsworth was on there saying it's an offensive pass interference. I don't think it was either way. And I think a little bit might have to do with everyone's gloves are so damn sticky, so it dragged a little bit. But it's an absolutely horrible throw, but it benefited the Eagles again. Do I think it was a bad call? Yes. Do I think it's the ref's fault in this sense? I don't. And that's simply because of the way it looked. So, take that for what you will. I think the Lions on 2 of these got screwed. I mean, this deep pass was a first down regardless. But the Eagles got screwed here on this tush push. Lions got screwed on 15 yards. The Eagles end up getting a field goal on this drive. And then the Lions get screwed here because it's the absolute end of the game. Now, if Dan Campbell kicks some damn field goals, maybe you wouldn't need this touchdown at the end. But what do I know? Let me go back to here. I just want to show both quarterbacks had an extremely awful day at the office. Let me just show here a couple of the stats. I showed you Goff. Flip it over to the Eagles side. 14 of 28 for 135. No touchdowns, no picks. Barkley had a touchdown call back, and of course, tush push. I think that was the only tush push that worked in that game, but Barkley still not great numbers, but better than, well, I guess it's about the same as usual, less than 4 yards a carry. Brown, 11 targets, so hopefully he's not crying as much this week, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about this a little bit because there's a lot of controversy circling around X, and most of it's going to be focused on that final play. Whether fair or not, it was another ugly win for the Eagles. That's 2 primetime hideous wins in a row, but they're both wins. So that will pretty much do it for us. We'll be back Wednesday for our usual, weekly podcast. So let me know what you think down below, especially about those 3 calls.